particular day. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, amazing one, joining me from across the globe. How are you doing today? I want to believe you're doing amazing. I want to believe you're having a wonderful, blissful, and glorious Saturday and weekend like I am doing. I just thought I'd stop by and wish you a truly refreshing and beautiful weekend from the beautiful nation of Wales, not Wales. We are actually spending some quiet time with my wonderful daughter and baby girl. So I will bring her. Okay, she wants to say hi to you.
Hi.
Amazing. That's beautiful, baby Destiny. Author of 9 books, right? You want to
Yeah.
say something?
I hope your day is blessed by God and you have a good weekend. And I hope you're spending good time with quality time with your family.
Wonderful, wonderful. That was my princess and young author of 9 books, Destiny Likambi, the youngest author in the world to publish multiple books. And she's hoping that your day is great and you're spending quality time with your family and loved ones. I do hope so as well. Today, I just want to actually encourage you on the importance of investing in your health and well-being, on investing in yourself, your mental, emotional, physical health and well-being. We live in a world where there is so much going on. The digital era is like a global market. People are connected. We are constantly aware of all the turbulence and all the great things that are going ahead, that are going on in the world. But unfortunately, as we know too often, good news is not news, right? Everything we see out there in the news, in the mainstream media, are always the negatives. And unfortunately, our children are constantly exposed to this negative, this killing, whatever you may call it. But most of them, 90%, will be all the negative things. It will be rare to consistently see young role models out there in the TV, young role models out there in the news, or even men and women who are doing incredible work out there in the news. If there is something, some crisis, some danger, then it makes the news, and it is constant. They will show it for a week, every single day. So unfortunately, and over time, what this does, it desensitizes us, our children especially. They become some sort of insensitive to pain, to killing, to death. You see young people nowadays, you hurt someone, they look at it as if it's nothing. They look at blood without any emotion. They're kind of emotionless. They don't express any sort of sensitivity or emotion, sadness. When they see people being hurt, they see people bleeding and all that. Because of course, once you're exposed to something again and again and again, you become accustomed. Your mind adapts to that as the norm. And there is no adverse reaction, or you don't have any kind of, how can I put that, into it again. So, and of course, there's no one to tell them, show love, show consent, show this. In fact, they are being told often, maybe call the police, call this. So it's like our responsibility to be kind, to be caring and loving is being taken away from us. No one can take that, don't get me wrong. But unfortunately, because these children are growing up and parents have neglected their role in teaching and empowering them to be caring, to be loving, to be kind, then they will be taught by the society. You know, the loudest voice in our children's head will prevail. So whoever is the loudest voice, so many parents are silent. So many parents are not even present. They are absent. They are not speaking into their children's lives. So obviously, the media and what is happening around them will speak volumes into their lives. What they watch, what they see, and all of that. So they are being taught, if you see anything, someone is hurt, don't go there, don't do this, call the police. So unfortunately, they grow up not to have that sense of responsibility or that sense of care for one another, which is so unfortunate. But I just want to take this moment to talk to some of you amazing parents that you have to be present in your children's life. You cannot afford not to be present. You cannot afford not to guide them in accordance with your principles and values, which I want to believe will be values and principles that empower, edify, and make them better persons in life and lead them towards success, towards their God-given purpose and nothing else. So beloved, I'm just looking for Destiny. Okay, she's gone over. I'm gonna meet her. That's fine. Awesome. So I was just saying, it's so important for you to take care of your mental emotional and spiritual health and well-being. And as I was talking about today's world, unfortunately, with all the chaos, with everything that's happening, the continuous exposure to negativity and all that, it doesn't surprise me that, amongst young people, unfortunately, because they have been exposed to this at a very young age that none of us were ever exposed to. Suicide is the largest cause of death among these young people. I don't know, watching things, making them feel unworthy or competing with others, excessive pressure, and they cannot cope, they don't seek for help, and unfortunately, and they think they are not valuable, they are not worthy, because young people can really be mean, and some of the insults they receive, unfortunately. Then we also have the case where 1 in 6 people in the UK, I'm talking about the UK, can you believe this, are prescribed antidepressants. In other words, they have mental problems. This is a nation where we are supposed to be in a developed world. Research should be more advanced than in African countries and all of that. But what's happening? It's not about research. It's not about what is out there. It's about the lifestyle. Lifestyle is how we live. It's a way of living. What we do every single day consistently, consciously or unconsciously. Every single day, if we are exposed consistently to negativity, we are so negative. We are not grateful. We grow up with a mindset of entitlement. I deserve this, I deserve that. We fail to pause and recognize the blessings upon our lives or the things that we receive, not because we merit, but because we are blessed and privileged to have. Gratitude is healing. Gratitude releases endorphins and all those hormones that help us to have a stable mindset. However, when we are not grateful, when we have an ungrateful society, it's the most easiest way to lead to a society where people are lacking, people are mentally unstable, people are not appreciative, people are always wanting more, people are never happy with what they have, and this, in other words, or in turn, in the long run, eventually affects their overall health and well-being, mental, emotional, and physical health and well-being. If any of this is affected, especially the mental, emotional as well, we see we are always like, our emotions are in swings today or even in the same day, within an hour. We have all these lows and highs. And the thing is, unfortunately, we live in a society as well where we've been taught or we've been enabled to be complacent. People say things like, it's okay not to be okay. No. Yes, there are seasons in life you can be unwell, but when you are unwell, you need help. You need to see the doctor, you need to see someone. When you're sad, maybe it's a season, maybe it's grieving, you cannot be sad for your entire life. If it keeps on, for such a long time, you need help. It's not okay not to be okay. In English, it's okay means everything is fine. When there is a not, it means everything is not fine. And we need to look at what is not fine to fix it, to bring it back to the state where you have to be normalized, where you have to be fine, where there is homeostasis, where there is balance, where there is equilibrium, and all of that. And harmony above all, which is about the mind, body, and spirit being in one accord. I'm just going to go over. So, beloved, I just want to encourage you. You need to create the time. It's so important. Take some time to pause. Be grateful every day. Be grateful for your life. Look at the things you have to be grateful. I bet you, if you're focused on finding the things to be grateful for, there will be many, many things in your life. I could go on for 24 hours counting the things I'm most grateful for in my life without ceasing. And I'll have many more to count. So many things. Start with the things that money cannot buy. So you don't start saying, oh, because you have this, you have that. We have so many blessings that we don't deserve. We were not even aware when we're giving these blessings, like the gift of life itself, the gift of the bread of life. Air is free. Some people are dying in the hospital because they cannot breathe. They don't even have money to have oxygen. And here are you and me breathing freely. The gift of our legs, we can walk, we can see, we can talk, we can hear. Yes, for some they cannot hear, they can do other things. They have friends. If you don't have friends, you have yourself, you are alive. There are just so many reasons to be grateful for. Don't focus on the half-empty glass. Then you become entitled, you become broken, you become upset, you become unhappy because you are looking at that which you don't have. Focus on the half-filled glass. Some people have absolutely nothing in their glass. Their glasses are empty. When you focus on the half-filled glass, you receive that blessing or whatever it is in that glass, then you can benefit from what it has to offer you, and then you can get much more. Okay, beloved, so it's so important. Take some time, pause, express gratitude, change your perception about life. Don't be so negative. Don't always look at the negative and all of that. Change your perception. Train your eyes to see the best. Always see the best in people. To the pure, all things are pure. It's like children. They're so innocent and naive because they have a pure heart. So they will think everyone too is kind and naive and pure like them. So if you train yourself to not give meaning to things, because the truth is, things that happen to us are what they are. Okay, I'm not saying it is what it is. It is what the meaning you attach to it that becomes what it is. So let's stop saying things like it is what it is. No, it's absolutely not what it is. It is the meaning you attach to what has happened to you and how you respond to it that will determine how it affects your life and the outcome. Will it be good or bad? So you need to change your perception. Have a positive outlook about life. Look at things from a very positive perspective. Change your perspective, your perspective about life, or your perception. What can I learn from this? What's the message in this? Rather than, oh, they intended to do this, they intended to kill me, to destroy me, they were nasty. No, maybe someone is struggling, maybe they are going through some pain in their lives, and unfortunately, if you are bleeding wherever you go, I always say you bleed on those who didn't hurt you, simply because you are bleeding. If you don't heal from what is paining you or what is causing that bleeding, you will actually bleed wherever you go. So those people come into your life hurting you, it's got nothing to do with you. If you simply change your perception, they have their issues they are going through in life, and they haven't healed from that, and wherever they go, they will pour that out, because I simply cannot pour out what is not within me, and they cannot pour out what is not within them. What they are pouring has got nothing to do with you. You are whole, you are integral, you are one, and they are actually separated from you. Whatever they do has got nothing to do with you. Whatever their thoughts and perception, opinion about you is, that's not your business. You focus on what you think about yourself, and above all, who you are, who God thinks or knows or says you are, because that's the ultimate person that you are. And finally, always focus on the solution. Focus on the outcome that you want. You don't like your life right now. You don't like the relationship you are in right now. What is the ideal relationship you rather have? You cannot have what you don't see. You cannot have what you are not looking for. You cannot have what you don't know. You need to know what you want, then you'll be able to get that. In other words, if you don't know where you're going to, you will end up nowhere. You can't go to somewhere where you have no clear idea of the destination where you're going to. Rather than always complaining, I don't like this in my life. You talk to some people, how's your relationship? They will not tell you anything good about that relationship. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Someone I asked in one of my classes, tell me about yourself. In about 5 minutes, all the things she doesn't like. But okay, those are the things you don't like. So these things reflect the person that you are not, because you don't like these things. You don't want to deal with these things. What are you? Who are you? Who are you will reflect on the things you are, who you are, your core values, your core beliefs, and the things you love, the things you're passionate about. So stop focusing on what you don't like, what you don't want in your life. It would never change your life. The things we don't want in our life, fair enough, we avoid them, we eliminate them. But I always say, it's what we bring in our life that has the power to transform our lives and make us better persons. What is the outcome that you want? You don't like how big you are? You're fat. I'm not sorry, okay? You're fat. People say often people are thin. You're thin? Okay, what do you like? Are you too thin? Can you put on some weight? That's what you like. What can I do? The solution, not what you cannot do. You don't like how big you are? What can you do to reduce that weight? What can you do to get the fit weight? And let me tell you this, everything is possible. It doesn't matter where you are right now in your life, in your relationship. It's possible to have a great relationship. It's possible to experience optimal mental health and well-being. It's possible to be joyful and happy irrespective of your situation. The only thing, if you